Hey guys, welcome to another week here at Financial Hub, where we are going to break down the markets as I usually do every Wednesday and Fridays. We normally do this live on our Zoom session, so if you're not in part of our groups, you can get the links there if you join the groups. We have the links on the description where you can get our Discord group as well as our Telegram group, which will lead you to also our WhatsApp group. So that's basically it. I'm going to share the markets today. Yesterday was a red day in the markets. We saw oil dropping down almost 10%. Gold was down 2%. The dollar was basically up. I think the dollar itself, the dollar index was up 1.5%. So I'm going to show you what we had that running. On my side also, in terms of my trades, I haven't taken any trade this week. I finished my trades last week. The USD card trade that I shared last week, I think it was last week but one, went straight to target yesterday. I'll also break that down. It was a wonderful trade. That trade, the USD card that I had, helped me pass the first challenge of my MFF. We're going to do a breakdown of this and show you guys how we're progressing on the MFF. I know I've been talking about this a lot, and apologies for that for the people who have been waiting, but we're going to do that video very soon and break down how the first phase of how we passed it, the trades that I took, and how I was able to manage risk management. I think I had a good run, didn't lose on any trade, and I had about 4 to 5 trades for the month. So I'll also break that down. We'll have it on a separate video maybe during the end of the week. I'm not sure, let me not promise and give false promises, but we'll have it coming out very soon. But apart from that, I want to show you what I have in the markets, and that's basically why this week I've been a bit slow. After passing the first challenge, you don't want to rush things, so I took short of a break, just observing the market, seeing what is happening in the markets. Then I'll be soon back into it. But allow me to go down into the charts and show you what happened yesterday in the market, and basically last week, how our trades went and what trades I'm scanning at the moment and preparing for the next trades in this coming month of July. So let me not waste time, let's go straight into the analysis. So as you can see from my chart analysis, guys, this is oil. So I'll just do a revamp of what happened in the markets. And if I go to, let's go to my watch list here on my red list, okay? Just to look at the markets and what happened yesterday, okay? We're seeing things like oil yesterday. This is oil yesterday. You can see this red day. Market was down 8.7%. It went as down as much as 10%, okay? Dropping markets into crazy lows back below the $100 mark, okay? That's what happened yesterday. Excuse me. Markets fell strongly to those levels, and we're seeing it. We might continue seeing it continuing to drop. A lot of things are now being factored into the markets, so you might see this oil recorrecting a bit to go even further down, maybe back to the $90 mark. I don't trade this market. I was catching up with Ken this morning to look at, okay, what was happening, what happened yesterday. I actually didn't even see it. I'm seeing it right now. It's Ken who's catching up. I was paying attention really to the markets that I normally trade, which I'll go down to later in the charts, okay? So oil was down a crazy amount. If you look at things like Bitcoin's, this one I think really fell last week. This week I haven't seen any much drop. It was on there's a quick recovery on things like Dow Jones. Dow Jones yesterday, remember, was down almost 2%. Then a quick recovery came back into the markets. The US 100 as well. Even you're seeing markets has gone high for the week. US 500 as well. Markets dropped, then quickly rebounded. This is a normal thing in the markets. I'm used to it, seeing such markets really rebounding quite quickly, okay? So if I go down to my charts, the ones that I normally analyze, okay? Because I only trade and analyze 4 pairs. That's USD card, gold, Aussie dollar, and US 30, which is Dow Jones. So if I start with USD card and look at the trades we had, look at that beautiful move to the upside. Share this trade. This trade helped me pass my first challenge, okay? The first phase 1 of the challenge, okay? With an 8% return for the month. That was a good trade that we had. You're seeing this was an impulsive move, very good correction, and another impulsive move. Our targets were hit straight to the T, and market started correcting after that. So we want to be looking for such beautiful and precise trades. Didn't fight to the market. You're seeing how we had this heavy move to the upside. Market fell down, then strongly moved up. So you want to be able to control your emotions when you're having such swings, okay? Eventually, targets were hit after about, I think, 1 week, okay? So that's what I had. Right now I'm just sitting out, scanning the market. Expect market to continue moving higher. Remember, in a big picture perspective, we're within a channel-like formation, so you're looking at the upper boundary being respected. Expect the lower boundary. You can see we had a first touch here, second, and the third touch. Expect market to go up to this higher boundary to the upside. So that's what I'll be watching on this one. So right now I'm really sitting on the fence. I don't have any trade. I trade certain specific setups. If that setup comes within the week, then I'll take that trade. But so far, I don't have any setup. Okay, I've had 2 successful trades on USD CAD this past month. Remember, I had this short trade and I had this buy trade, which I teach my students on how to get those trades. Okay, it's very precise. It's not as easy as you may think. What you're seeing here, the true secret I normally share within my classes. Okay, so that's what I had on USD CAD. If I go to Aussie dollar, so that I finish with the currencies fast, markets fell yesterday after having a third trendline bounce. You're seeing this first touch, second touch, market corrected, got that bounce yesterday, and market strongly fell to the downside. So that was Aussie dollar. If you look at the 1-day chart, market is dangling around this channel-like formation. You're seeing this to the downside. Market is sort of dangling over here. I wouldn't be surprised if it continues moving lower. I'll readjust this, okay, because now I'm using the wicks. If I adjust it, I'll be using the body. Okay, so it's quite a normal. Well, it's still the same thing. So that's where I am right now. I'm watching this one. We might have a rebound. Okay, so there's I won't be surprised if market closes back above this level, then we can easily move to the upside. But as long as we're below this level, below the 0.700 mark, the Aussie dollar might continue to collapse to the downside. So right now as well, this one I'm really sitting on the fence. I don't have any pattern that I normally trade. Oh, this is the one that I was looking for. This down, yes. This one I was looking for, yes. Market can have a further move to the downside to respect this channel-like formation on the 4-hour chart. You see, there's still so much space to the downside. Market can easily go down to the $0.6500 mark to the downside. So that's what I'll be watching on Aussie dollar. Okay, no setup at the moment. Really sitting out of the fence. I think this week I might sit out till next week. Okay, I don't want to be forcing any trades. I do not want to rush things in order just to get a certain percentage return. So I'll be sitting out on this one, watching. I don't see any setup, but if the setup comes, if my setup that I trade comes, I'll take that trade. I won't say till next week. I don't trade like that. If you go to gold had a massive drop yesterday all the way down to 1965. Okay, there was a crazy drop. This market was down 2%, more than 2% yesterday after seeing that drop coming. Okay, this was basically catalyzed by the dollar strength that came into the markets. Look at that crazy drop. And I remember talking about this pattern, this market going down to the 1675. If you watch last week's analysis, you'll hear me talking about this and what I was looking at. You can see we've broken a key level. Look at this support. Try to support over here, but look at that break. This was a very strong break, which confirms that market can continue to the downside. And I keep telling people this a lot. When we're breaking certain key levels, we want to see the momentum and strength that market breaks that level. We broke this one with momentum, and easily we can see market going back to retest maybe later on in the week before we see that drop further down to maybe even 1675, which is our next support. You're seeing here we have this acted as a strong support here, you see. So I don't see 1675 being broken yet, but I see market pulling back to that level. Look at that touch. Market can easily be pulled to that level because it's acting as a magnetic pull to that lower time frame. Okay, lower support level. If I use this sort of as my channel-like formation, you're seeing it's sort of in line. Okay, you're seeing this a bounce here, a third bounce here. We also got a bounce here, a bounce here. Easily market can come to that level. So that's the level I'll be targeting. So you had it here first. I'm looking for 1675 to be hit on gold. Okay, so that's what I'm watching on this one. 4-hour chart, nothing much, just an impulsive move we saw yesterday. No pattern really. Okay, so I'll be looking for shorts to the downside on this one. And last but not least, US 30. US 30, I'm really on the fence. I really don't have any strong analysis on it. I'm just watching what is really happening. I don't know. We've had a choppy week late last week and this week, so let me not go deep into this. I don't have any analysis on this one. I'll be sitting out and watching, looking at the daily chart. What do we have? Nothing much. Allow me not. I'll be looking at this trend line, yes, to see we had a first touch here, second touch. Can we get a third touch in markets to move lower? That's basically what I'll be watching. But till that happens, I don't have any bias on this pair. Okay, so if I leave that alone and look at DXY, what do we have on DXY? Look at that rally. This is a daily chart. Yesterday was a massive push to the upside, and I keep telling my students this a lot, and you guys, I emphasize on this. The trend is your friend until the trend changes. We've been respecting the formation of higher highs, higher lows. Basically, the Dow theory has been working perfectly on the dollar. Okay, the dollar strength across the board. Look at that move to the upside. Market has just been going higher highs, higher lows. Yesterday we created a new strong high. I won't be surprised to see the week continuing to the upside. Okay, if you look at Euro USD, it's been doing the vice versa to the downside. Look at that move. Market has been respecting the lower lows and lower highs, and that's what I've marked with my arrows, the lower highs to the downside. So we've created a new low. We can easily see market starting off like that as we continue as the week continues. Okay, so I've been looking for this one to continue drop, as well as GU. If I look at the 4-hour chart, still on Euro USD, yes, we broke a significant support level. And that's all I'm normally looking at, how our support levels being respected. We broke that one with momentum, and look what happened. Market continued to the downside with a strong momentum. It's the same thing we had here when we had this ascending triangle. We broke with momentum, market continued. We broke this level, we can easily see market continuing. If I go down to the GU as well, you can see market really pushed to the downside. Not as strong as Euro USD, but it was also down significantly yesterday. So that's basically what I'll be watching. Interest rates is still a big factor to watch around the world. I think this week later on we have NFP. Okay, yesterday we had interest rates. Allow me to end my analysis there. Okay, yeah. So yesterday we had analysis from Philip Lowe, the governor of Reserve Bank of Australia, talking about interest rates, and that's what happened yesterday. He increased interest rates by 50 basis points, which is quite significant, and now we're expecting other people to follow suit. Many people have been increasing interest rates. We saw the US doing this, ECB doing this, Bank of England doing this, and now also the Bank of Australia really vamping up on their interest rates to help curb the inflation that is going on. So that's basically it for me this week. I think I'll catch up on the next video that will talk about how we passed the first challenge of the MFF, and then this week also I'm looking forward. We have a very important guest in our podcast that is going to be up this coming week, so be sure, be ready for that. Make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications so that when that video drops, you want to catch those gems that we had. It's a CEO from a company that we've been working with, so make sure that you wait on that video. It's going to be a dope, educating video that you're going to learn a lot from. So that's basically it from me this week. Allow me to end it there. I'll see you guys next week, and have a wonderful week. And as I keep saying, and as I always say when I end the videos, remember, stay woke, stay financially literate. Thank you very much for watching Financial Hub's content on YouTube. For more forex analysis, financial education, podcasts, and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.